Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video. This one, war number 8 of season 39 for Loki taking on SGA. You can see I have Colossus once again, but rank 4 Kingpin will be making his war debut, and I also have the Hood. So let's jump right in. This is going to be a little bit of a lengthy war here. I have 7 fights, and I am on path 9 in both sections. So we'll start with this Mr. Fantastic. I'm going to be using Colossus. Colossus is pretty good for Mr. Fantastic. The big thing here with Mr. Fantastic is his evade, but Mr. Fantastic doesn't evade in the middle of Colossus's heavy hits, even when the stun goes away. So really what I want to do here with Colossus is just keep the tactic in mind. This is also the node where if I get any debuff on me whatsoever, Mr. Fantastic will get a pretty big fury. So I want to make sure I'm keeping my the detox charges on me, going to buff immune as much as I can. But basically, when it comes down to it, this is just a parry heavy fight. So I'm going to parry heavy up to special 2. Throw a nice special 2 here, so you can see Colossus is doing this fight pretty well. So I'll use this time here to say, so for this third spot here, this Colossus spot, I went back and forth on Colossus or Ultron. Kingpin and Hood were definitely coming. It was just a matter of who the third spot was going to be. Ultron could have absolutely done this fight as well. I think that they're pretty much a wash here for this next fight. Nick Fury on this next node, which has Power Focus 1 and the Feat of Indestructible. I like Colossus better, and this is ultimately the fight that Colossus won the tiebreaker. Not saying Ultron can't do this fight, because he certainly can. But I liked Colossus better for this fight in particular. So like I said, this is Nick Fury on Power Focus 1. So Nick Fury's special 1 is where he gains the attack charges, so this is pretty good placement. Colossus is one of the better Nick Fury counters, though, just because he's bleed immune and he's a mutant. So basically every time I get to 1 bar of power, Nick Fury's going to go indestructible for a certain amount of time. It also obviously has the hazard shift that I have to worry about. You know, that part's not as big a deal. There I just miss a parry because, sure. So here I heavy into the special 2, but I do get a poison on me, so one of them does glance. So it's a little unfortunate. But overall, it's okay. But there you can see I go over the 1 bar of power. He's now indestructible. So, you know, really just trying to take it slow and steady, not trying to do anything too crazy with this fight here, making sure to land my parries and then making sure to heavy here in the first life. There, I don't know what happened. Just, you know, me being me. So here, you know, it's in poison mode, so I'm trying to back off a little bit, kind of wait it out. But here I'm, you know, stuck in the corner, get hit by that last hit of the heavy. So I'm not really in a great spot there. I fully dex the heavy, which is nice. And, you know, now I'm up to a special 3, so now if I get backed up into the corner again, I can use that special 3 to kind of reset the spacing. So here I do get him up to a special 2, which is kind of nice, even on Power Focus 1, so that took a little bit of effort. But here, you know, so his LMD's about to break, and this is where the fight's going to get really fun, because honestly I've lost way more health than I really wanted to here in first life. So I mean, obviously Fury's going to be able to kind of tick down a little bit. This is a rank 4 Sig 200 Fury, so he's going to take his time ticking down. So I do throw the special 3 here, so that kind of helps speed the process up. But the other reason I wanted to do it was because of the crit resistance, just in case I slip up, and also I can I can use it to basically kind of, you know, intercept them almost. So here I don't do a good job of managing the debuffs. I get 2 poisons on me, and that took out a whole bunch of health, because, and there I send him up to a special 1, and he throws the special 1. So now he's unblockable. So now, and he's in poison mode for good measure. So now this is going to be real fun. He's in the final 30%. You know, I slip up there, take a full 5 combo from Nick Fury. Somehow Colossus holds on. The fatigue from the special 3 was huge there. So here now I'm able to get a little bit back. I go in, I get parried, but thankfully I had a cleanse charge on, so the stun goes away. You know, just this fight was absolutely wild here at the end. Then I think I'm going to knock him out. He goes indestructible, so now I need to wait out here. He's still unblockable. He throws a heavy there, and I am finally able to barely hold on and KO him. So quite the roller coaster of an end there, but Colossus able to hold on. You can see my heart is beating out of my chest, so I'm just paused here on the victory screen because I have this fight here, so I wanted to kind of take a second to regain my composure because I have the very next fight, which is Aarkus on node 21. So I've taken this fight a couple times with Colossus. I'm going to take it with Hood here. Hood, he's not Incinerate immune, he's not Poison immune, but he is a Detox defender, and he does a little bit better of managing Aarkus's power. Now, I still popped an invulnerability boost because, Aarkus's power gets to be a lot here. But the goal here is throw the special 2, get a whole bunch of bullets, and pop a heavy. And don't really worry about his power too much. Just, send him up to a special 3. Special 2 would be ideal because then I can block a whole bunch of hits and build up my detox charges. But you can see I do throw him up to the first special 3, so this is going to be the first one. I got 2 more hits that I can potentially tank. But you can see, Hood doing a pretty good job here so far on the fight, only taking a little bit of damage, and he's done about a third of the way. But the other thing with Hood is he is able to regen if I'm able to stagger and nullify a couple buffs. So Hood's a really great champ. I probably should have heavied there on that parry. I think I got a little surprised that I parried. It's one of the awkward things about Aarkus is you never really know when the parries are going to stick. And with Limber, if you pause for a little too long, then it's too late to heavy and you could potentially get comboed. So there, there's the second special 3. But here, there again, I should have heavied, but I was a little, and again, a third time should have heavied, because if I land any one of these heavies, the fight is over. But I'm just really trying to make sure I don't. So there, I finally try to do the heavy, but like I said earlier, the Limber makes it so that I miss. There again, finally the hex charges just expire on their own and put me out of my misery, but I am able to solo that fight. So next fight's going to be Mangog here on node 23. So this has the Root and Power Focus 2 and Bubble Shield. So I'm going to be using Kingpin here. So Kingpin, not exactly the most conventional Mangog counter, but the big thing here is we wanted somebody who can easily deal with the Root. Just one thing to kind of take out of the fight, and Kingpin, because the Root is a debuff, is able to just totally ignore it and completely shrug it off. So there you see, the Root goes on and Kingpin immediately shrugs it off, and we're on to the next one. So because Mangog is a Mystic Defender, I'm trying not to throw any heavies, and I'm just trying to spam Special 1. That would minimize the amount of buffs that I can give him for Mystic Dispersion. So I do have an invulnerability boost on as well. I'm not really too concerned about his special 2 as long as I sit there and block it. His special 2 has 5 hits, which is important for bubble shield purposes. So there, I dexed the first one. There, I was rooted and I took a heavy. I don't really know what happened. But, I'm in superpower, so here, like I said, I'm not really too concerned. At this point, though, I'm trying to purposely get a couple blocked hits here so that I can... Now that I'm at 20, so there's the unblockable, so there, and then I, of course, try to dex the special 2. I have this horrible habit of trying to dex Mangog special 2, even though it's, totally undexable. But, Kingpin, at rank 4, boosted Kingpin has, 75,000 health, so, he's doing pretty well here. And he's able to finish off that fight. So, I made it more interesting than it needed to be, but Kingpin, pretty good for that. So, next fight, like I said, I'm on Path 9. We split Path 9 in Section 2, so I only have this first fight, and it is Dr. Doom. This was a pretty standard placement of Dr. Doom for a bit, but it's the first time I'll be taking it. So this is One-Eyed Open and Hazard Shift, Shock, and Bleed. So, of course, I get one of the first shocks to actually stick on me. So, obviously, anytime there's a shock on me, Doom can heavy slap me and passive stun. So, I really don't want to deal with that. But my goal here is I do want him to just throw a special once here. I guess I missed the last hit on that combo, so really strong start here. But I do want him to throw special ones because that's easier to deal with. The special two, I'll just sit there and block, but I don't really want to take that much block damage because I already know I'm going to be taking a bunch of block damage. The downside of trying to bait out the special ones is my superpower buff can get nullified pretty easily. But, there I get heavy slap because sure, why not? So here, I throw the special one. So now I'm just trying to bait out the special two. I was able to dex the first hit. I think that was inadvertent, so I think I got a little lucky there. But, just sit there, block the rest of the hits. But, just throwing special ones, trying to spam special ones so that I can keep the degen on them, keep some sort of consistent damage while I'm baiting out all of these specials. I don't think this is MD5, but it's definitely MD3 to at least 3. So it's enough MD to be annoying, but it's a good amount so that I can kind of keep him in that special one. So here I'm just trying to wait out the rest of his aura so then I can throw the special one once I get my opening. Because, what you don't want to do with Doom here is throw a special into his aura because then he resists the last hit and he's able to counter. So here I do push him to special 2 again. So I'm just trying to bait this special 2 out in here. You can see I'm just blocking it. Not trying to do anything too fancy. This is Kingpin's last fight of the war. Just trying to get through this fight here. Doom, good thing about Doom here is he's normally pretty loose with his heavies, which is the best way to kind of counter this node is to kind of heavy counter, or not heavy counter him, but counter his heavies. This is another one because he's a Mystic defender. I don't want to throw any heavies. I don't want to give him any more Mystic Dispersion power than I'm already giving him, which is quite a lot. But you can see, I'm like I said, definitely taking my time, trying to take it slow. We're about halfway through the fight timer, but he's only got 11% left. So, nothing too crazy here. I'm just trying to slow and steady bait this special one out and then counter from there. But here, he throws the heavy. I throw the special one, keep him just under 3 bars. That got really close. So here, I do finish off this combo here. Got a little closer than I should have that special 3, but able to finish it off. So here is going to be King Groot on the Safeguard Vigorous Assault mini. I'm going to be using Hood here. Done this fight a bit when King Groot was Conduit, so now he's Unsteady Ground. So same general idea though, just get a whole bunch of hex charges on him, detonate a heavy, and call it a day. I will call out though, I started with 18, so 10 less bullets than Hood normally has due to the Aarkus fight. So here, he's got the unblockable because of the regen, so I throw my special 2. Just King Groot, like I've said before, I really just want to keep him at a special 1 because a special 1 is really easy to deal with. And then just go from there. Just kind of get as many bullets on as I can, throw the heavy attack, and then hopefully it does a whole bunch there. There, I didn't realize that I parried him, so then I go in a little bit late. I get hit. Thankfully, King Groot does not hit particularly hard, even at rank 4, if he doesn't have his Fury buffs. So there, I do throw the heavy off, so now you can see I'm out of bullets. I get 2 back, but then I'm able to nullify his 7 furies that he gets. So now I get the bullets back up to 14, so that should be enough to finish off the fight. I just wait out the glancing here, and then throw the special 3. The special 3 is not going to do anything. It's literally just a dump power. It'll do 1%. It puts on a bleed, which King Groot's bleed immune, so it's a totally useless attack. But at this point, like I said, just trying to get back up to a few more bullets. He's about 25% left. So just trying to not mess up here down here at the end. His Furies are about to expire. They expire there, get me just shy of 3, so I'll be able to backdraft into a special 2 here. So here he does throw the special 2, but because it's mostly projectile and I'm invisible, he misses pretty much all of them. And then, one last hit, and I am able to finish off King Groot. So going into my last fight here, This is Void on Stun Immune and the hazard shifts. I'm going to be using Colossus. Like I said before, I went back and forth a lot on whether to do Ultron or whether to do Colossus. I ultimately decided on Ultron because the Nick Fury fight I was a little bit more concerned about than the Void fight. I think Colossus is better for Nick Fury. I think Ultron would have been better for this Void. So, you can see it's starting off pretty well. The big thing with Colossus is his damage really does suffer if he can't stun. How you get Colossus's big passive fury is by heavying into a stunned opponent. Obviously, this known is stun immune. So here I throw the special 2. I think 2 of the hits glance because I had one of the debuffs on me, but I wanted to make sure to get to my combo of 10. I'm trying to stay relatively aggressive. One thing that I will note is you saw a little bit earlier, the special 2, I just blocked the special 2. Blocking the first hit was probably fine. I should have dexed the second hit. I know it's definitely safer to always block, but here, especially with the amount of potential debuff damage, like I do it again here. I just block both hits of the special 2. I should have dexed the second hit. But I guess I wasn't too concerned about the debuff damage because right now, I'm still a little bit ahead. But it's Void. Void can snowball things pretty quickly. So here, I have a poison on me, but I'm in incinerate mode and I didn't have anything on. So, now I'm all of a sudden pretty far behind the health race. So, here I'm stuck in the corner. I get to my special 3, so I throw the special 3. So I'll use the special 3 here, like I did earlier as a way to kind of help intercept and counter the node. I am now debuff immune, so I don't have to worry about the poisons or anything right now, but debuff immunity's fallen off. So now I have to worry about it. Here, I finally dexed the special 2 because I'm a little lower on health than I want to be. The damage is fine enough. I'm 2 minutes in and more than halfway through. It's slow, but it's okay enough. The issue, though, is that, I've lost more health than I really would have liked. But here, I should have tried to go debuff immune right there. I had 5 charges, and then I went in, and that really is going to hurt me a lot. So here again, I have 5 charges. I go for an intercept. I get intercepted. I had an indestructible, but Void full 5 combos me. And this 5 combo, I do not survive. Frustrating fight. I think Colossus can definitely do this fight. I don't think I played it as well as I could have. I definitely did not manage the debuff detox as well as I should have. That part's pretty frustrating. I did, about 70% damage or so. So, it was definitely, the damage was okay. With a 5-minute fight, I definitely had enough damage to get it done. It's just with Void, the longer the fight goes along, if you make one slip, he takes off half your health before you even know. And this was definitely one of those fights where I made more than one slip. So here, I'm going to special 2, and this should finish off the fight. A little frustrating there for me to end what was otherwise a pretty solid war. So 7 fights for me gets me to 39 on the season. The 1 death gets me to 3 deaths, and my streak now resets back to 0. In terms of the war itself, though, we were able to pull this one out. So now we're 6-2 on the season, and we move back up to 3rd place. So still pretty well positioned here down the stretch. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.